Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. So, today I'll be talking about mimetic desire in relationships. And this is basically a part two to my video that I posted, Men Suffering from Cognitive Bias, because these two, they go hand in hand, but this is a different concept. So, let's do a quick recap of cognitive bias, where it's um, men and men, where when you're single, you have this experience of isolation and you have these emotions and all of this, loneliness, right? You're being ignored and all of that. So you become somewhat of desperate, and you're not even trying to be desperate. It just happens. Versus if you're in a relationship, you get overconfident, you get cocky, you get just complacent, and especially if you're taking them serious. So that's how usually cognitive bias occurs. And like I said, to beat that, you just have to have observe your situation and just have some gratitude, and always know your self-worth. Hey, I'm cool being alone. I'm cool being single. I'm cool being asexual. Or if you're in a relationship, hey, she's cool. I'm not doing anything that will jeopardize the relationship, but she's doing her thing. She may not be the best, but she's holding it down, and that's what matters. But yeah, now that we got cognitive bias out the way, let's jump into mimetic desire. So that is the phenomenon where I like to give an example. Well, the general idea is just being told what you want in the world by others. So if someone's like, oh, this will be the best thing for you to do, I recommend you do that. And you're just like, okay, like, someone's telling you. But in relationships, it's basically the same thing, but you're imposing the ideology on yourself. So this specific one I'm talking about is, let's say you have a girlfriend and she has a friend, right? So they hang out, they have high regard for each other, and then you develop feelings towards the friend. And in this case, it's your brain is playing tricks on you, because if you were never in a relationship with this girl, then you would never have feelings for the other chick. You'd probably find her attractive, but you wouldn't have that sentiment, that that the high regards for her. And it's important to recognize that, because that's where a lot of men, they mess everything up. you know they try to cherry pick, and then boom, they fuck up everything. So, and it goes for women too. Women are actually more notorious for doing this, where that's why they're always like, they literally blatantly ask. I mean, men do this too, but they're not in relationships when they do it. They're usually like solo. They're with a group of people. They're like, they're like, oh, where your friends at? Oh, bring your friends, bring your girlfriends. But with women, they're in relationships. This is where hypergamy comes into play, right? Monkey branching. It's like, oh, you have friends? Oh, damn, your friend looks better than you. Your friend looks richer than you. Um, damn, I'm going to try to get with him. So they're more notorious on that side of things. to experience that mimetic desire. For men, it's just like we have somewhat of we have self-control, right? So obviously we're not going to be making the first move if we're in somewhat of a serious relationship, right? We're just not. But that's why you see those videos, you see these you see lots of shows, you even see adult videos where the woman is just somehow finds her way in the man's area and they're both alone and the wife is gone or the girlfriend's gone somewhere for some odd reason. And then she's always like, "Oh, well, she doesn't have to know." You know what I mean? That's all it is. That's all it is. And you know, is it a bad thing? It depends on what kind of relationship you have, right? So I'm gonna use myself for this example, right? This, of course, I mean, I'm not saying this is the case for all my video topics, but usually the topics I bring up is because I experienced it on my own. So I'm able to make accurate assessments and then kind of play back or play through it, and then I can experience it in IRL in real life. And yeah, see where I was wrong, see where I can change things up, see if I was absolutely correct, predicted everything. And yeah, so all right, let's go to the example. That exact same situation I just explained is currently happening, right? And I just feel like this is a way of life, just trying to progress things, right? Of course, I believe in God, so he's like, I don't know if this is a test from God or Satan. That's why I initially said life, because here's the thing. I don't actually have feelings. Like, I mean, feelings are still there, obviously, because it's like, if you don't have feelings for someone, you won't be able to stand uh, being around them for too long. But as far as, I'm an INTJ, so I like to project how systems will turn out, how relationships will turn out. And if they're not in the future, it's really hard for me to be like, okay, let me have faith. My intuition is wrong. Like, no, like I already have my guidelines. I already have my rules, my non-negotiables. So I'm not trying to manifest what's about to happen, but I have a strong prediction that what I'm experiencing is exactly what I'm talking about today. I'm not gonna try to predict the outcome of it because I'll be honest, I don't have the solution. I don't even know if mimetic desire is good or bad. Like, is it if it's unethical or not? But for those that actually are in a relationship and you plan to either, marry the chick, have kids with the chick, have spend the rest of your life, the future with the chick. And I'm talking to the men, obviously. Women, you just kind of have to just go with the flow because you're not really as logical as men. So, yeah, for the men, you will just have to trust your gut. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But make sure don't screw the chick over, bro. If you're gonna be actually starting a family with the chick, Forget it. That's all temporary. That's all fleeting. Whatever you're experiencing, that's fleeting. It's not even worth it at all. That's not. Yeah, that's really it. Hopefully I was able to break that down to you. Not many people are talking about topics like these, right? When was the last time you ever heard any of these topics in schools? They're not teaching you this. This is groundbreaking information, right? But yeah, you guys have a good rest of the day. I'll keep you guys posted. Um, and yeah, peace.